Hello guys, Hedgy74 here, and today we're just going to be doing a patch review. So I'll just do this for each patch. Just to clarify, I'll timestamp the contents in the description, and I will just be going off my opinion on what I think the changes mean, and yeah, basically what I think they're going to entail, and what I think they're going to do to champions and the items in the game, and what champions and, you know, how they're going to affect the game. Anyway, so, yeah, let's get going. Patch 9.9, so basically the patch which will be after MSI in terms of pro play. I'm not sure I actually play this patch on pro, because obviously they're not just going to start the split straight after MSI, so, not sure if this patch will get played in pro play, but obviously solo queue, it is important, so that's what I'll kind of be focusing on. Pro play, solo queue are a lot different, so anyway, getting right into it. So there was a few hot fixes. Obviously Aatrox with the massive nerfs that they gave him, got some hot fixes, giving him a bit of extra damage in his Q, giving him space armor, just some little buffs. I played against him a few times today actually, and doesn't seem too bad, but not as good as he used to be, and does have a bit of extra damage now though from these little buffs, and if you actually scroll down to the actual changes that they made, um, he was obviously heavily nerfed, removing his World Ender passive, uh, and changing it a lot, but I think he's still viable. In terms of pro play sense, definitely not going to be there. In my opinion, I don't think it will be really a viable pick, particularly when we're in a tank meta, and just not going to bring the same sort of reliability to a team as currently like a Renekton or even Nautilus. There's a lot of other good champions that you can play in top lane right now, but I think it is going to be superior to Aatrox. In solo queue, maybe you can play him a bit, but yeah, just not going to be the best champion now, and I'm interested to see what Riot actually does in the future. But overall, not going to kill him off, but definitely significant nerf. So Blitzcrank got some interesting buffs. Now this is a massive thing, massive buff, and I actually really like this because as an as playing some ADC, sometimes this was absolutely obnoxiously annoying to deal with. His passive is always zapping your minions, taking your CS, and now that it actually zaps on champions, it's going to be very helpful for dealing extra damage, extra burst when you hook someone, just guaranteeing that kill that you get off the hook, and actually opens up some viability to play Blitzcrank top lane or even jungle. I actually might try it out a bit myself, with the extra damage, with the buff he's getting a bit on his shield. It's really going to help maybe push him up into the meta, and well, not the meta, but be able to play top lane and jungle. But yeah, definitely more viable in the support position now, and definitely pick, might even say a bit in pro play, honestly. But definitely going to be a massive solo queue menace, as Blitz always has been, and with these buffs, definitely going to be right up there, and I'm happy to see a Blitz change, haven't seen one in a while. Rakan, gutted a bit with these nerfs, but wasn't really in a great position already, so not 100% sure where these changes have come from. Didn't seem competitive play. He's not a great solo queue champion. He's alright, but not the best. And yeah, I just think it's a massive nerf. You're not really getting much back as well with these little base stat buffs. So he's not gutted because you can still W into the R, which is helpful, but definitely going to struggle without the flash and the W on the R. But not completely gutted, but quite gutted, we'll say. Not in a fantastic position now. So the Soraka changes are quite nice. Yeah, I guess definitely nerfing her E, and I think that was her strongest ability before these nerfs. And still a very, very important ability for her, and I think you would still want to max it first with these changes. Um, the cost going down a bit, getting a bit of extra cooldown. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, I just read that properly. Uh, Shaping the cooldown off early actually possibly allows you to go Q max now, and she gets a bit of buffs on that, kind of cancelling each other out a bit, but overall just a slight buff, I'd say, um, on her damage in laning phase, and means she can poke out better in some lanes. So these changes for Tahm Kench, moving on from Soraka, are quite bad. He does get a lot of buffs on his other abilities, but this massive nerf, sorry, to his allied Devour just makes him really, really bad in terms of, you know, if he does eat his teammate now, yes, he's going to have the extra health, yes, he's going to not have as much mana, yes, his ult's going to be better late game, but it's not going to make up for that slow. He's just going to get massively slowed, 95% slow, you can see there, and that's really going to hurt him in the laning phase. Not going to be as safe as a pick as he was before, and I think that really just guts him, and it's not going to be able to be a very viable option as a support for top lane and jungle buffs, but not going to be great in the team fights. You know, you still want to be using that W to help your teammates out as a top laner or a jungler. Tahm Kench, which is viable, by the way. Akali, moving on to the simple champion changes, by the way. Not really sure the way to call it that. I guess there's like more for these champs, and then, yeah, anyway. Just a small change for Akali, not really going to do anything. Just removing the cooldown. That ability is obnoxious, by the way. I hate versing Akali just because of that ability, so happy they are giving it a bit of a nerf. Darius getting a buff, sorry. Nice for him. Obviously, he's able to be kited really easily, so any buffs for Darius are welcome. Bit obnoxious in the laning phase, though, now, so again, going to be a massive solo queue menace. Maybe you could put him in pro play a bit because it's a tank meta, and he can maybe able to take advantage of those matchups, and you can build a comp around him. So definitely, I think, a spot for Darius now to be picked. But not going to see him too much in pro play. More in solo queue is going to be a massive menace, and definitely going to get a high pick rate off these buffs. Echo just gets some nice little changes. Not too big, really. Like, what, you're reducing his mana by 20 at the end, and you're not upgrading this ability first, you're upgrading it second, so you're going to get that, what, at a level around 13, so, yeah, 13. So, not huge buff or anything, just going to give a bit of attack damage. Helps a bit, but not huge. Echo enthusiasts will love this. Very skill cap champ, so one of the most skill based champs in the game, so welcome nerfs for Echo. He's not in the best spot right now. Hecarim definitely needed these nerfs, very, very broken in the jungle currently. Probably should be taking advantage of them, but I'm going to stick with my Mumu. Not really going to do much. I don't really think this is why he's good. Anyway, just the speed he gets with his E just makes him a really, really solid champ still, and I don't think these nerfs are going to be too impactful for him. Definitely drop his rate a bit, pick rate a bit in solo queue, and maybe make him not as competitively viable, but he's still going to be there. Jarvan gets some nice nerfs. These are a bit of a joke, I don't know what they're doing there. But the E cooldown is, I guess, noticeable. I've played a lot of Jarvan, so that slow, short E cooldown you get is quite nice, but definitely not going to gut Jarvan too much from this. It's not massive changes. Again, lower pick rate, but definitely still competitive, available to be picked in solo queue, and definitely in pro play, still a great champion. And suits pro play a lot with his kit. I view this as kind of a buff for Cannon. Like, you're not going to get much of this, I tend to think, and you're getting more out. Yeah, because usually maxing E last. Oh, are you maxing W? I don't play much cannon. I'd say you max Q first and then W or E. Um, so you are, if you do max it second, then you're getting it at level 13, while you're getting this at level 16. And I think it's more useful in your role because obviously you're going in, you're looking to get that armor and magic resist. E, you're not always using it to go in. You're using it to get away, and that doesn't really help all the time, I guess. If you're escaping and they're hitting you, but if you're out of range, then you're alright. But yeah, it's definitely not a huge nerf or anything, and I don't think it's going to affect him too much. And has been picked a lot in pro play and can be picked in solo queue, but not the perfect champion, in my opinion. I don't really like him as a pick, but a lot of pro players seem to prefer him over their other champs, so you know that's what they're doing, I guess. So just oh yeah, okay, that's just matching the scuttle change. It's not really big. Oh whoa, okay, I think I opened up the kindred changes. Lysandra are just getting a very very undermining nerf. Like this is really not going to do anything. She's not. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, she got buffed. Okay, I thought she got nerfed. Anyway, still probably viable in pro play. They still play her a lot right now, and yeah, obviously this is just going to help her a bit. They did nerf her in a recent patch, so getting some love, but not really going to do too much for her. Maokai getting some love, but again, this isn't really going to do anything. You don't really give me a massive buff, aren't you, with the extra 5 damage, and you do spam that in lane a lot. I've played a lot of Maokai. You just spam that in a lane. You're going to spam it wherever you play him, really, and it is going to give you a bit of damage, but really not going to push him over the edge and back into the meta and back into a high presence in solo queue. Morgana getting the extra cooldown on her E. Weird change. Like, she's not really in a spot where you're seeing her a lot, so I don't really know what this change is. I guess it is an annoying ability, but yeah, very interested. That change. She's kind of getting a buff, but also getting a nerf. And kind of cancel each other out. That's pretty harmful though, the 33. And you're not maxing. Oh, is that 23 or 33? Oh, no, it's going to 26. I'm retarded. Yeah, that change isn't going to do too much to her. That hurts though, 26 cooldown. And you're going to max that last, so yeah, pretty harmful. But still a viable pick, I think, in mid lane, particularly. I really like her in mid lane. Support she is viable too, but not as good currently. Rek'Sai just getting some basic nerfs. He really needs these. He's not the best. He's a very, very not the best. What am I talking about? He's a very powerful pick right now, particularly in pro play. I like him in solo queue as well. He's very, very suited for that. With the Rift Scuttler changes though, him getting this and the Rift Scuttler nerf affects him a lot. So not really going to be in a great spot after this patch. So yeah, big kit, and I'll explain that later in the patch review, as we've got the Scuttler change coming soon. This doesn't do anything. Shen, just nice little buff again. He's been getting a lot lately, so I think he's definitely a viable pick in top lane, in support. Definitely going to be starting to come in and be an option. I really like the champion. I really like what he does. I think he can combo well with other champions like Nocturne, and a lot of champions like to go in, so definitely a viable pick in the tank meta we are currently in, kind of, not really, I'm not sure. I like to think there's a tank meta, there's been a lot of tank buffs, Cinder Hulk obviously, and now the Scuttle change makes tank junglers even better, so I think we are in a tankish meta, so Shen definitely a viable pick now in support and top, and not the best pick, but definitely there's going to be some situations where it can be. Silas buff much needed, he was very weak, not going to push him too much back, but definitely there. A bounce. A lot of junglers are getting nerfed right now. Junglers in a pretty bad spot. Not just saying that from a biased point of view because I'm a jungler, but definitely a lot of people have been saying it's not in a great spot. And with the Scuttle changes, definitely tank junglers coming in, and this little nerf to Volibear, even though he's a pretty crap champion overall and doesn't really do much, he's been getting a lot of buffs. This is going to help him again. Tank junglers, Cinderhulk, he's got that buff for him, and definitely going to be in a spot now where he actually can come into the meta, and not the meta, but yeah, solo queue. Yeah, yeah, solo queue. Not the meta. Definitely going to be there now, and I think he's going to go up a bit and be able to just be picked more. And yeah, I think in lower elo, you're not going to be able to take advantage of his. What am I talking about? I just completely lost my mind. He is going to be able to pick in lower elo because players aren't going to be able to play around his range and, well, not his range, but you know, not going to think about their champions in proximity to him and avoiding that. So definitely a pick in lower elo, and if he gets another buff or two, you never know. He could be there. Could be there even in higher elo. Little uh, buff to Manroon. Don't really know. I guess it's a tank meta, so that's not really gonna do too much, but I guess it's helpful. So only item changes. Okay, they removed Hunter's Potion. Thank God that item is useless. Just some VFX updates. That's really cool. Renekton's very strong right now. Aftershock being... So basically this is just making it on champions like Ryze and Lissandra just less viable, which is nice because I hate it on those champions. It's kind of silly that damage champions can get this sort of buff and tankiness. So I really like this change actually. And now at least it's good on a Mumu champions like that. Bone plating getting some buffs. Celerity, I'm happy that they're buffing the runes. They're kind of down pat of late. There's not enough damage in the game, so good to get all these buffs coming through with conditioning, cheap shot, celerity, and that's kind of a joke. I'm not really sure what that was. But bone plating, cheap shot, conditioning, all getting some nice buffs, so that's very helpful. Magical footwear getting nerfed. I think that means you're going to have more people taking stopwatch. And people already released taking stopwatch, particularly in pro play, so I think that's now just what I'd go with anyway. Relentless Hunter getting a bit of a buff, Scorch getting a buff, so just a lot of runes getting a buff, which is just really nice to see. Again, there was a lot of runes that were just a bit underpowered, and you're always picking the same one on different champions, so I'd like to see them even them out a bit. Have different champions able to pick different runes in the same line. Just make the game a bit more better, and I guess make the rune choices a bit more influential, because right now they don't seem as important as they could be. So happy to see some buffs on the runes, and hopefully see more future patches. Rift Scuttler is moving back to 315. So what this basically means for jungle is, obviously don't have the early Rift Scuttler, so it means early game junglers are getting a hard nerf. Junglers like Fraxai, Elise, Lee Sin, all these sort of junglers. Pantheon's another one that comes to mind, but all those sorts of junglers that are based on the early game, based on getting ahead, are getting a nerf, and junglers like a Mumu, Sejuani, Rammus, any tank junglers, any junglers that just want to farm up, Yi, it's another one, are getting a buff. So, particularly starting blue side as a tank jungler, you just go your normal route. If you're starting at red buff, and usually the other jungler's now going to try to meet you at your blue buff, or invade you, instead of just going to that scuttle, getting the advantage off the scuttle, and then being able to snowball off that, which happened a lot before this change. Now with this change, buffing tank junglers, and yeah, kind of pushing those early game junglers out. So early game junglers are still viable, but there's just a lot less options, and it's a lot easier to kind of tell what they're going to path to and how to combat that as an early game, as a late game jungler. And now they have a lot more options in terms of kind of pathing towards a scuttle, aiming for it at level 3, obviously 315 it's coming up, and by the time they get to the scuttle, even if they are contesting it, you know, they're level 3, they've got all their abilities, and usually for most tank junglers, if they've got the full health bar as well, they can actually contest the early game jungler on that and be able to, if they've got priority in their lanes, contest it. If not, they can just go back to farming. It's not a huge advantage they're giving up, and that's the important thing. Those scuttles really, really gave a huge advantage to early game junglers, and now they're being taken away. Going to see rise to more tank junglers, and yeah, I like the change. I like tank junglers. Uh, they're my specialty. I'm a lot better at them than early game junglers, so I like to see the change. Just shapes up the meta a bit, and yeah, I really like it. It's going to affect solo queue a lot. Gonna have to path differently as a jungler and work around that, and yeah, kind of work out how to play around that now. Anyway, almost done with the patch review. Just some bug fixes, upcoming skins and chromas. So it's just Conqueror Alistair, and it looks alright. Looks pretty cool. I like it. Pretty cool. I'm looking at here. Pretty cool skin. I like it. Not actually. Conqueror Ned's cool. Obviously, these are old skins, so Conqueror Varus. Conqueror Varus is alright. Yeah, I really like it actually. Looks pretty cool. They have a lot of Alistair skins though, so I'm surprised they're not giving it to champions that like are newer into the game. Just quick recap. So Aatrox, pretty hard nerf. Blitz, good buff. Rakan getting a bit gutted. Soraka, just a nice little nerf. Pretty, very hard nerfs actually for Tom. Probably the hardest nerf in the patch. Just a small little nerf for Akali, nice buff for Darius, nice buff for Echo, nice buff, little nerf for Hecarim, not going to mean much. Jarvan, again, not going to mean much, very similar to the Hecarim. Interesting change with Kennen, not going to really do too much, I don't think. I think he's still in the reasonably same spot. Actually, I think helps him a bit. Kindred change, obviously, because of the Scuttle. Not going to do much. Placebo. Placebo is basically, if you guys know what the word means, I didn't know for a while. It just means the change doesn't really matter. Weird, I don't really know what that means. I don't, just a weird change. Yeah, pretty hard nerf along with the scuttle changes. Not going to do anything. Nice little nerf. Buff, sorry. Nice little buffs for Silas, Fully Bear, and Shen. Don't really know why they've done that. Vivx. Yeah, okay, just nerfing the mages and shit that can use that. Nice buffs for most of the runes. They did a few nerfs, but mostly buffs, which is good to see. Scarlet change, obviously big for jungle. Yep, fantastic. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed my first patch review for patch 9.9. Bit of a longer video. Hope it doesn't bore you guys out. Just kind of giving my thoughts and opinions. If anyone has any thoughts on the patch, or want to start any discussion in the comment section, then yeah, post your comments, and I'll definitely be answering back and active. And yeah, happy to have conversations with you guys on what you think, because obviously my opinion might not be right. I think it is, but if you guys don't think it is, that's fine, and happy to have a discussion, and you know, maybe I'll change my mind, or you know, learn. So yeah, that'd be really helpful. That'd be cool. I'll be doing patch reviews on every patch, and I might do a champion tier list, like whenever I have the time. Hopefully during holidays. I think it's probably the best time to do tier lists. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely more content to come along. Next video probably next week. I'm not probably going to do a video for a while. I'm gonna record some games and work out which one's the best. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.